I want to read you guys a passage from a book by a guy named Saeed Mobayed, and the book is called The Master Player, and talk a little bit about the passage, okay? So, here we go. Humans and dogs share something in common. They are both domesticated animals. Dogs were wild wolves that have been tamed for domestic use by another animal known as human, which has also been domesticated out of its natural habitat. The wilderness provided humans with all kinds of experiences: running away from predators, hunting and gathering food, dancing naked with your tribe members, being totally immersed in the natural world, and having a supporting community are all experiences our ancestors underwent regularly. By contrast, the modern human's life consists of an excruciating mix of driving through traffic, battling office boredom, and being stuck behind a computer screen all day. We have been totally robbed of experiencing life on a deep visceral level. Technology has made life too comfortable. Hunting and gathering food is no longer necessary. Many relationships exist strictly within the boundaries of social media. Everyone's connecting, but no one is connected. We have all been contaminated with the mind virus. We spend way too much time in our heads, and not enough time experiencing life through our bodies. We are constantly thinking about the past and the future, never fully present in the moment. Recognize your faulty programming and seek to experience and feel more. So, there is two ways of experiencing reality, right? I talked about this in a previous video. There is the modality of the senses. This is your physical senses. I see something, I touch something, I hear something. And then there is the modality of the head, your thoughts, the thought headspace. And you can experience life through those two different modalities. So when I am speaking in front of this camera and I'm really engaged in this, which I am always engaged in my topics, I lose track of my environment. In other words, I am no longer in my environment. I'm in my head. This is why when I'm speaking, you see me looking around a lot, and it's almost like I'm like, for the time that I'm making this video, I'm existing in my head, in the realm of intellect, in the realm of words. So while I'm making this video, I'm not really here. I'm not really experiencing. I'm not even really in my body so much. I'm sort of in my head, and my body's kind of moving along. And that's cool, because we're symbolic, linguistic beings. The other way of experiencing reality is through your senses. So when I talk about, in the passage, when I talk about us, living most of our existence as humans in hunter-gatherer societies, you were always immersed in the present moment. You were always immersed in direct experience. That's what it is, right? So let's say you and your tribe, let's say your tribe is like 40 people. You guys see like a lion pride, a bunch of lions there, and the adrenaline runs through your veins, and you either run away or you go hide or something like that, right? Or let's say suddenly you are walking around and you are chased down by a tiger or something, and you're sort of running for your life. Now, of course, if it's just you and the tiger is really close, you're fucked, because you're probably gonna get chopped off, right? But nevertheless, you are always present. You are always in the moment. You are always here. You are always like aware of your environment. You are always on your toes, literally on your toes, because you didn't know what the fuck's gonna happen next. You had no idea. You had no idea if some predator's gonna come down chasing you. You had no idea where your next meal was coming from. You had no idea. Now we're just talking in terms of our relationship to other animals, but what about our tribal relationships with other tribes? You know, and in tribal days, you were constantly at war with other tribes. So, in other words, you're present in the moment. You are getting a direct experience of life. And it wasn't always pretty. It wasn't always pretty. I mean, if you had a bunch of other savages chasing you down, human savages or otherwise, that's not pretty. But you're in the fucking present moment and you're experiencing life directly, whether you like it or not. But in the modern day, in the modern age, with all the comforts that are around us, the technology, and Uber Eats, you know, the pizza delivery, you know, your food literally gets delivered to you. You are not, as a human, experiencing life directly in the body with your senses nearly as much as your ancestors did. You see? And you wind up spending a lot of your existence in your head. See, if I was to constantly make videos like 24 hours, I would fucking hate it. Because then I'd have to be in my head all the time. Trust me, after I make like 4 videos, that's kind of sort of how much I like to make, up to 4 videos at a time. Today I'm making 2. Trust me, after like the 4th video, I don't want to fucking talk anymore. I don't want to talk. I usually go straight to the gym. I usually go straight to the gym because it's like, I want to go to the gym. Usually I go to the gym after making videos because I want to experience life directly in my body. I want to feel the blood flow through my veins. I want to breathe. I want to feel. You know, I want to be present in the moment. And I want to experience life directly through my senses. I want to feel the weights. I want to feel the sweat. I want to breathe. I want to feel life through me, flow through me. As a society though, we're living so much in our heads. So much in our heads. Most of our time is spent in our heads. Think about it. Think about it. Think about how much you overthink. Think about how much time you spend thinking. Think about how much you spend time looking back at your past experiences or planning out the future. And most of the times it's not even planning, it's worrying about the future. Think about it. Most of the times we're not here. We're not in the moment. We're not here. You're not fully here. Most of the times we are not fully here. And when I say we, I say it confidently. Because to know oneself is to know others. And I know myself. And I know that if I don't regularly engage in physical exercise, in meditation, in cold showers, in breathing exercises, in sitting down and just relaxing and being in the moment and being mindful of what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, listening to music, focusing on that music, not just having the music in the playground, in the background. I know if I don't do these things regularly on a daily basis, I go into this thought space, into the word, into the intellect space, and I drive myself crazy. And I become disconnected from my body, which is my vessel, my vehicle, to my direct experience, my direct interaction with the universe, with the physical dimension, this game we call planet Earth. And I'm just getting really distracted by that truck. This is why I don't like living in cities. This is why I'm moving out of here in September. Me and my brother are looking for a place outside the city because too many noises, too many distractions. Anyway, at least I am present in my environment now and out of my words. But see, now quickly I'm coming back into my words. I have to be in my head when I make these videos. I've chosen this path, okay? I've chosen this path, or whatever, the path chose me. You know, and I like it. I really enjoy it. I enjoy thinking. I enjoy being in my head. I really do. Otherwise, I wouldn't make these videos. And I wouldn't be such a spectacular bullshitter. You know, because anybody who talks for a living or is thinking about talking for a living or just talks, that's what they do, that's what they love to do. It lives a lot in their head, I'll tell you that. It does a lot of thinking. And I do a lot of thinking. I like to be in my head. But as much as I like to be in my head, I love even more being in my body and being in the direct experience of the moment. So, think about that in your own life. Think about this balance between being in your head and living directly through direct experience. And then start to trust your direct experience more than you trust your head. Because when you trust your head, guess what's happening? You start to trust other people's experiences as the go-to guide on how to navigate through life. Whereas when you engage more in direct experience, you will trust yourself more. You will trust yourself more. You know, like, here's the thing. I was lucky enough to start. It's so noisy here. Okay. I was lucky enough to sort of start experimenting with psychedelics, which, by the way, bring you into a direct visceral experience of the universe without looking at other people's trips or whatever. I was with a bunch of friends and they had mushrooms and I was like, I want to eat mushrooms, and I loved it. But between my first trip and my second trip, I spent so much time listening to other people's experiences of what it's like to be on psychedelics, and I got sick and tired of it. I was like, no, you know what? I'm gonna go get some mushrooms right now and I'm gonna go experiment by myself and I'm gonna see what it feels like for me. And you know something? You know something? Not a single psychedelic experience that I had was the exact same identical experience. And not a single psychedelic trip that I had was the exact same identical experience as someone else that I heard on YouTube. In other words, your direct experience of life is yours and yours only. And it is the only reality you have ever known. It is the only reality that you will ever know. It is the only reality that you know. It's your direct subjective experience of the universe. It's your direct subjective experience of this dimension. And because you come to realize this, then it becomes your source of trust. It becomes your way of navigating through life. You've heard about people traveling and how much fun it is. But why don't you go and start traveling yourself and see how the experience is for you? You might like it more, you might like it less, you might not like it at all. Trust your experience, trust your direct experience, trust your body, because the body is your vessel. Trust your senses, but don't trust them too much. Okay? It's a paradox. It really is a paradox. And get this balance right between the head and the body, between the intellect, because, you know, I can tell you I am happy, I am happy, I am happy, I am happy. And it's like I feel like these words are so empty. They're just in my head. I am happy. Or I can I can laugh. I can smile without saying anything. I am happy. We use these symbols, we use these words to describe a feeling and experience. But what is primary is the experience of happiness. What is secondary is the description of the feeling, of the experience. Okay, so that's where I'm gonna finish off this rant. God bless you all, guys. Check out my free book, 5 Powerful Habits to Dominate Life in All Areas. It's for free. You can go to 5powerfulhabits.com or just find a link for it in the description. It's a freebie, 19 pages, will change your life. You can read them while you're taking a shit. You can read them while you're sitting in a park. 19 pages for free. Also, if you want to get the book, themasterplayer.com, you'll find the link for it in the description. That is the book I read the passage from and sort of went on this weird, all over the place rant. It's a really cool book. It's a very cool, interesting book. and I look at life as a video game, and I sort of analyze it and then say, okay, well, these are the best ways to play it to win at it. So, themasterplayer.com. You can also find the link for the book in the description. And do we have anything else to say here? That's it, guys. God bless you all. I love every single one of you, but don't forget to subscribe or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.